Welcome to our presentation on virtual vibes, enhancing remote communication by David Lin, Aman Patel, Joseph Benson, and Jack Miller. So today we are presenting our prototype for a remote conferencing platform that communication issues, lack of engagement, and general isolation that many remote workers experience. These challenges lead to frustration, reduced productivity, and in some cases even burnout. While existing platforms like Zoom and Microsoft Teams have made remote work possible, they often fall short in replicating the effectiveness and ease of in-person collaboration. Many of these platforms also struggle with inclusivity and usability, which can leave users feeling disconnected and unsupported in many cases. Our platform prioritizes engagement and inclusivity with new features that respond to the needs of our users and focus on creating a collaborative and seamless remote work experience. Our platform fosters productivity and collaboration while also supporting users' needs and well-being. In this presentation, we'll walk our stakeholders and user personas, we'll share the conceptual design of our platform, and give a demo of its key design features.
So, talking about the stakeholders and background. So, our primary stakeholders are remote employees, distributed teams, virtual students, and organizations reliant on the virtual platform. Our secondary stakeholders are individuals with diverse accessibility needs or any like cultural or language backgrounds. The content is as remote work becomes the norm, gaps in our usual user experience hinder productivity and morale. And to broaden talks on the content, we will talk about rapid adoption of remote work during pandemic exposed how it exposed significant gaps in current tools and addressing inclusivity and engagement um, remains crucial. So talking about the WAD diagram, we organize feedback from user interviews to reveal common themes about virtual conferencing platforms. The WAD helped us break down the data into categories like user backgrounds, the main platforms they use, reasons for choosing those platforms, and the issues they face while using them. Some takeaways from the WAD includes that Zoom is mostly used for school, while Microsoft Teams is more popular for work. Also, people mention several problems, especially performance issues when there are a lot of participants, and some platforms like Google Meets don't have features like breakout rooms, which makes it harder for smaller groups to discuss. Accessibility was another issue brought up with things like inaccurate captions and poor integrated tools for people with disabilities. Overall, the WAD helped us spot areas where virtual platforms could improve, like making large meetings run smoother, adding more collaboration features, and allowing users to customize the interface more. These insights give us a better idea of what users want and how we can make virtual conferencing better for everyone.
Personas were essential in our design process because they helped us from focus on specific user needs and challenges. Let me introduce you to our two primary personas, Robert and Joey. First, meet Robert, a bioengineering student at the University of Maryland. Robert uses another communication application for four of his classes and has a paid subscription. However, he finds Zoom lacking in terms of engagement and collaboration. He wants to feel more connected with his classmates and professors, but back to back virtual classes often leave him feeling isolated. He's also frustrated by how uninspiring and rigid the platform feels, making it harder to stay focused. For Robert, Virtual Vibes solves these issues with features like customizable environments, collaborative whiteboards for group work, and tools that allow for more interactive and engaging learning experiences. These tools help him attend class, but actively participate and feel a part of the community. Now, on the right, let's talk about Joey. He's a hybrid manager at Microsoft. Joey uses Microsoft Teams for most of his work and meetings, but often has to rely on Zoom for hosting larger events, like recruiting sessions for college students or big town hall meetings. He leads a team of 8 software engineers and values tools that foster real-time collaboration and keep his team focused. Joey has found it challenging to code collaboratively in a virtual environment and struggles with the fact that virtual platforms don't replicate the same energy and connection as in-person interactions. For Joey, Virtual Vibes offers AI-assisted collaborative tools, customizable meeting features, and better ways to keep his team engaged and productive, whether if they're brainstorming or working on technical tasks. Robert and Joey represent larger user groups. Robert reflects the struggles of students and educators navigating virtual classrooms, while Joey highlights the challenges in challenges of professionals trying to collaborate effectively in remote or hybrid settings. By design, with their minds in, we create a platform that not only addresses these problems but also makes it better for the user experience. By focusing on the stories of the people like Robert and Joey, our design ensures that it is user-centered, practical, and impactful.
To address the challenge of student/virtual workers' engagement and collaborative limitations in virtual learning environments, we are designing a novel technology platform. This technology aims to enhance interactive capabilities, fostering a sense of connection among online students and working professionals. The storyboard's visuals effectively connect with both personas by showcasing interactive features tailored to their unique goals. For instance, the intuitive dashboards is a clean login interface displaying upcoming meetings and active chat channels. Focus is streamlined on navigating for easy use. The next is the virtual environment personalization, customizable 3D avatar, and collaborative office-like spaces. This focuses on enhancing engagement through realistic virtual workspace. Next is the integrated tools for meetings. Tools like digital whiteboards, chat, and screen sharing uh, accessible in one interface, and the focus is to streamless multitasking to support efficient workflows. Interactive brainstorming is a real-time collaboration using virtual whiteboards and sticky notes. Focus is on encouraging active team participation and idea sharing. Breakout rooms for focused discussions as well. Private spaces for small groups discussing while remaining part of the main session. Um, Basically, just flexible communication tailored to specific needs. And finally, the automated summaries um, after the meeting. It's auto-generated action items and summaries sent directly to the users. We want to focus this on streamlining post-meeting tasks and improving productivity.
Yes.
Okay. So this is just our sign-in page typically. We have 3 buttons: join a meeting, sign up, and sign in. And we chose this warm, vibrant color as we felt it would be welcoming to our users. So to start, I'm gonna click sign in. And then after we click sign in, it takes us to another page where we can enter our email and our password. And I already have one inserted here because this is my prototype, but here I'm gonna click sign in. And after clicking sign in, this is what our homepage looks like. It displays the time and date, which is very essential, especially for meeting, just so you know when the meeting is specifically. There's a join meeting button. You can create a new meeting, ask recordings of meetings, because this is something that a lot of platforms don't have, where you can just record meetings, so you can just watch it back. For example, classwork. Messaging, because we believe that on our platform there should be an ability to message people to schedule meetings instead of having to use some other third-party application. Notifications for when our meeting is exactly, the schedule button which links to calendar applications, and settings just for general settings. So I'm gonna click join a meeting. After you create join a meeting, it's just gonna be really simple. It's just gonna be like a meeting code, which is just a combination of numbers and letters. And then if a password is required, there is a password. And then if you just click join meeting, you will be joining the meeting. So after you join the meeting, the host is just displayed in the center, and there's these little pop-ups for when users speak. These little pop-ups are something that was inspired from Discord, because on Zoom and other applications, it's only the user icon being highlighted, which in larger meetings, it's really, really hard to see who exactly is speaking. And on this page, there's a ability to share the screen. There's a chat option, which just opens up a chat with all the different users. And of course, we're incorporating AI tools in this. So we have an AI button for that. We have the settings extensions button, which just adds in a bunch of different types of extensions, such as like AI, other like polls and stuff. And then we also have the mute button. And there's this little button at the bottom if you want to leave the meeting. And then of course, there's this button right here where it shows that the meeting is being recorded for playback. And then if we click the settings button, it will bring us to this whole entire list of different extensions that we have, such as interactive whiteboard, which all the users get to be on a whiteboard to just write about like ideas, brainstorming, a dynamic slide desk if we want to have a really dynamic presentation to show, customizable game, which is like breakout rooms for team building exercises, live polls and quizzes. This is just for business meetings about like questions about the company and also for educational purposes. Participant insight, for example, if participants wanted to say something during part of the meeting, but they were too shy to speak out, and of course, video embedding into the platform. And we also have a meeting summary thing, a voice to text transcript, and the AI coach. And if you just press this little X right here, it'll bring you right back to the meeting page. And if you want to leave the meeting page, you just click here, and this little hangout button, and boom, you're back at the meeting page. And then you can join another meeting. You can do whatever you want on this page, basically. And that's how our demo currently looks like. So for our user event, and this is just a video of our demo if you want a more in-depth explanation on how exactly everything works. And we have a user evaluation plan set up. So for our contextual inquiry, we already messaged over 10 users and we already collected their personal information such as their email, and we'll be reaching out to them again. And since they already have a basic idea of what we want to build and what processes we want to build into it to make their experience on virtual conferencing platforms better, we believe that they would be a really good demographic for that. And the methods that we'll be using are the think aloud method and the survey method. For the think aloud method, we'll just be letting them try out the prototype while they're in front of us, and they'll be explaining, oh, I like this about this platform. Oh, how do you do this? I'm gonna use a platform like this, and there's gonna be thinking aloud on the process of using that platform, and we'll be using that to see how how interactive our platform is and how a average consumer would use it. And we will also be just having a survey method in the end with just open response questions, just so the user knows exactly, like they can explain the thought process, like instead of just being like, oh, well, they're using it.
In conclusion, our platform redefines virtual communication by bridging gaps in engagement and inclusivity in remote work environments, creating a more seamless experience. By integrating intuitive design features and accommodating user needs, we've created a solution that not only enhances productivity, but also strengthens the human connection in remote work. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to your feedback.